Paris, an iconic city which engenders history, architecture, art, and above all the embodiment of romance. But it is also a modern capital, and even here the flame of love does not always last. In this episode of Big Questions, we explore the powerful, positive response by women who have suffered violence and domestic abuse to change their lives, in a unique program led by her, Empowerment Through Entrepreneurship.
So just to give an overview of what the problem of violence is today in France, the government estimates that about 10% of women in France have suffered from violence. And to situate that globally, the United Nations estimates that 1/3 of women around the world are affected by violence during their lifetime. The primary goal of Led by Her is to give women access to entrepreneurship, and it's also to help them realize their dreams. Because we realize that because of things that happen in one's life, one doesn't always have the chances to start over again. And so we are that grain of hope that allows you to take your life back into your hands and make of it what you want.
This unique educational and social initiative was set up by Kira and her fellow American compatriot living in Paris, Claire Mays. Led by Her encourages women's entrepreneurship by providing free training and support at two of the world's leading business schools, ESSEC Paris and ESCP Europe.
We offer a program of 100 courses over the course of 1 year, from September to July, an individual mentoring program, and a cycle of events and conferences and hackathons over the course of the year to help women create their projects.
At the far end of the Champs-Élysées is a modern echo of the familiar arch that dominates the business centre of La Défense. It is here that the women participating in Led by Her attend classes at the prestigious ESSEC School of Management.
So Led by Her is a programme that's basically directed at women who have experienced either domestic or sexual violence or some trauma in their lives. They've been marginalised in some way, and they're at a point in their lives where they've maybe experienced some trauma. They've decided, okay, I want to rebuild my life, I want to go, move on, and whether that be personally but also financially, make my own way in the world now. And my role in the programme, I guess, is, from an academic point of view, is looking at the content of what have we got here in terms of entrepreneurship courses, and also there's the personal development component, which is quite important, and basically overseeing the coherence of all the different programs or all the different modules that we offer on this program, to really meet those goals, to help empower people, to help people set up their own business, and to help people move on and start a new chapter in their lives. So when we talk about Led by Her, what is it? So it's a combination. So we've got this mentoring component, we've got the course component, which is actually the programs and the modules. Then there's a series of events that are scheduled throughout the year. My role primarily is to look at the course content and to liaise with Chiara and the rest of the team to make sure we've got a staff or a team of committed facilitators who know the population that we're dealing with, who know entrepreneurship, and who can deliver a tailored course that delivers what we want. So the mentors are a variety of different people. They come from lots of different sources. So personal networks and contacts, coaches, trainers, so people perhaps that are in the kind of human resource training end of things, people who also have knowledge of entrepreneurship, perhaps entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, people who've set up their own business. So life coaches, people who have experience in helping people start something, a new chapter in their lives with an entrepreneurial slant.
This audience said at the beginning, I'm not ready for that. I'm not sure to be competent for that. I'm not sure. So my first class is about change making. So my first class is about the fact that, okay, everyone can be a change maker. But for that, you need to understand that you have a certain level of value and you can create value. But these things is not related to leadership. Because if you are someone who are a member of a team, you can contribute to the creation of the value for the leader, for instance. So everyone can play a role. And that's the most important thing in this session.
Very, very amazed by the work of Sandra Besson, who has an incredible courage, an incredible drive and motivation, and she just blows everybody's mind.
Je m'appelle Sandra Besson-Jaffeux et je suis mécanicienne. Ma proposition, c'est effectivement de proposer une nouvelle génération de garages, quoi, où en fait, tout simplement, les gens sont accueillis avec bienveillance, où les clients et les automobilistes sont écoutés avec leurs problèmes et leurs véhicules pris en charge, en leur expliquant, en fait, tout simplement, avec des mots simples. Voilà, je viens de province, dans un petit village d'Auvergne, où j'ai grandi et évolué. Au départ, j'ai une formation de cavalière. Je pensais en faire mon métier et puis finalement le milieu me déplaisait assez et j'ai choisi de garder l'équitation comme passion et pas en faire un métier. Et mon père est aussi un fabuleux mécanicien. J'ai des frères et c'est vrai que petite fille, c'est un truc que mon père et mes frères partageaient de réparer les motos le week-end. Et moi, je me sentais quand même terriblement exclue de ce moment qui avait l'air fabuleux. J'étais fascinée et je n'osais pas trop demander. Je partais de trop loin. On ne m'avait pas invitée à venir non plus. Donc, c'est quelque chose que je regardais de loin avec envie. Voilà. Et voilà. Et c'est vrai que j'ai gagné en confiance et touché à cette légitimité de m'installer en tant que mécanicienne et de proposer ce que j'ai à proposer. Yeah! Led by Her, c'est beaucoup, beaucoup d'espoir. Pas mal!
She is someone who everyone say that she will be a success. But by now, I think she's already a success because she can express what her passion is, and she succeeds in communicating this passion to anyone, even the people who don't have a driving license like me.
So I'm very, very proud of many women who have come through the program, including Julie Abiseg, who's on her third project, which is amazing.
What is new in our business is like, you know, we want to disrupt the way you can buy contemporary art. Because, you know, even if you don't travel in Africa, actually, you haven't been to Kenya or to Senegal or, you know, it's 54 countries actually, you know, Ghana. You can have in our platform a glance of all this new creativity in Africa. My business actually, I am a tech company, e-commerce platform, and I am a go-between artist, African artist and buyers. And what I want to do is to show the beauty of Africa, because for me Africa it's an open gallery, and the project is called Design is Everywhere in Africa. For me actually, Led by Her is a family, Led by Her is efficient, and Led by Her is just you know, a place of where I, as an entrepreneur, rebuild myself. Yeah. I find my way, I mean.
So I'm a professor. I work at ESCP Europe. I'm in charge of the chair of entrepreneurship. Yes, the chair of entrepreneurship is sponsored by EY and BNP Paribas and is organized across the 5 campuses of ESCP Europe. And we help both students, entrepreneurs, and top managers to develop innovative projects to probably change some part of the society. So we believe entrepreneurs are social agents who can change our world. So for instance, we have this module that is called Improbable. So Improbable is a workshop which helps people to create the improbable through art practices. So the idea is within 3 days, through a 3-day workshop, people create a piece of art which has to express a critical point of view on a topic, and it helps people to be able to create things, because entrepreneurship is basically a process of creation. So people experience creation through this improbable workshop. And so we did that with entrepreneurs, students, and top executives. It works very well, and more artists now are really looking at the pieces of art as, you know, quite interesting pieces of art. And we thought maybe it could be an interesting way to introduce entrepreneurship to these women, because a lot of entrepreneurial courses have borders and constraints that you need to know the business plans, you need to know the financials, and if you have no education, it's hard to enter this world. So whereas when you have to create something like a piece of art, anyone can go into this process. And actually, these women are very good in doing pieces of art, and they also realize that they already have competencies and expertise which can be useful. And then, you know, if you create a piece of art, you think that you can do so many other things, because that's something you never expected that you would have been able to do it, right? So that's sort of a step that you have behind you, which help to get more confidence.
Karine is an amazing story, because she almost wanted to give up, and she almost did give up on her project last year. So it shows you, you know, that actually even people who are successful and who bring things into light have really dark moments and have difficulties. And sometimes, you know, there's no entrepreneur who believes 100% in their project through the whole time, every single day of their lives.
When I was young, I was like 10. One piece of the other have changed my life. That's why I always wanted to make the other. Because I know I'm the proof of that only one night, 3 hours, 1 hour, you see something and it changes everything. I wrote a piece of theater, a musical comedy, which is talking about Bluebird, Barbe Bleue. What I wanted to say is that it's a very old story, but unfortunately it's a very modern story too. But it talks about forced marriage and violence and, you know, the power of money. My plays talk about violence against women and children, but it's a comedy. And it's the story of my life.
Yeah, then of course the whole point in our pedagogy is that we have a process and methods where people learn through creating projects which will impact the world. So you impact the real world to get feedback and to know and to understand how you make entrepreneurship and how you create entrepreneurial projects. So to make it work, you need a lot of freedom, and to make this freedom work, you need to have some frames and processes. Otherwise, people are lost, and that's this trade-off that we are looking for.
And Led by Her is like a hand which helped me to stand up. J'étais un peu par terre et j'ai réussi à me relever.
Valentine is an amazing artist.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Valentine, je suis originaire de la Côte d'Ivoire. J'habite en France depuis 1977 et je suis artiste, créatrice dans le luminaire. Je crée des luminaires autour de la calebasse. J'ai envie de valoriser la matière africaine qui est la calebasse et tout ça. Voilà, je vous présente la deuxième variété de calebasse qui pousse sur les arbres, qui est la calebasse fruit, qui a eu une utilité très longtemps, avant que le frigidaire n'existe. C'était la calebasse qui servait à conserver l'eau. On enterrait dans la terre, on creusait la terre, on mettait cette calebasse comme ça, on mettait de l'eau dedans et elle avait l'utilité de rafraîchir l'eau et naturellement, elle est imperméable, humidifiée. Voilà. Maintenant, le fait qu'il y a des frigidaires, elle n'est plus utile. Mais moi, je m'en sers, j'en fais des luminaires et je trouve que c'est une calebasse qui a beaucoup d'utilité, qui est vachement intéressante parce qu'elle est unique par la nature, elle est unique par mes créations, mes inspirations aussi. Et donc, moi, je dis comme toujours, toutes les calebasses sont uniques et c'est comme des enfants. Et chaque enfant est différent. On peut être beau, moche, mais on a de l'amour pour toutes les calebasses. Et toutes les calebasses qui atterrissent dans mon atelier, j'ai beaucoup d'amour pour toutes les calebasses. Et je dis, les calebasses, il faut que je les adopte. Je les adopte et on s'épouse. Et après, ils épousent l'intérieur des autres.
In addition to the classroom-based learning, one-to-one mentoring and project-based work, participants on the course are supported by an e-learning platform. This has a range of online modules, which are based on real-life case studies, and modules specifically tailored to support the development of their new businesses, with streamed lecture content by the business professors and industry experts, all of whom give their time freely and above and beyond their teaching duties. The entire catalogue of teaching materials can be accessed at any time, which helps to aid self-paced learning. Not only can participants check their own progress, but they are also supported by an online community which encourages and helps each individual.
Yeah, Led by Her is an emergent community which changes the world of women and redesign the world of men, I guess.
Following this successful educational partnership between Led by Her and the leading business schools in Paris, it is hoped to roll out similar programs within France and hopefully elsewhere in the future. Perhaps the most surprising effect, however, of this groundbreaking project has been on the business educators themselves.
People often ask me what the programme has brought to me or how the school benefits from collaborating with an association like Led by Her. For me, the more time goes on, the clearer the answer to that question becomes. In business schools today, still, students think that there's no place for emotion in the workplace. In business, in management, emotion is personal, business is rational. Keep emotion out of business, out of management, out of leadership. From working with Led by Her, I've come across emotion in the classroom. Strong, powerful, heartbreaking emotion. Tears, personal hardship, deep psychological and physical wounds, financial difficulties, hurt. We don't dwell on these things, but they come up, and I've experienced firsthand how these very women who have stories of pain, of mistreatment, of personal struggle, these women, they show vulnerability and they show emotion, but at the same time they're women who talk about their purpose and their drive and where they want to be, how much they want to get there, their business idea up and running, and they're an inspiration. And I think in business school we need that. We need that type of inspiration. We need that living proof that emotion is real and hurt is real, but it doesn't stop us from going after what we want. In fact, it can fuel it. Emotion is life and it has a place in leadership as it's real, it's authentic and it inspires people. And I want our students to know this. I want our students to know that it's okay to show vulnerability. You can show emotion and be a leader. You can show vulnerability and be a leader. You are an emotional, social being and that's okay. You can still reach for the stars, no matter what you've been through. Tomorrow's leaders and managers need to integrate that. And if we take that on board, we can have a healthier and more humane working world. By collaborating with Led by Her, I've learned the importance of that. I've become a better educator and our students are all the stronger for it.
The first woman of this program is Chiara. And Chiara is someone fabulous. She has a lot of energy, she has a vision. I'm so proud to teach leadership, and I quote a lot of sentences given by Chiara, because she's someone who said, okay, I'm not a leader, I'm someone who run this program. But all these women are very, very, very concerned because Chiara have found the right words to convince them that maybe the program is not important in their life, but their life is important for her.
One of the greatest wealth of the program and what it transfers to women is that they're exposed to hundreds of different people, hundreds of different ways of doing things. And so it opens their vision onto the world and what's possible, and 100 ways of doing things where they can choose their own way.
Moi, Chiara. Chiara, en italien, ça veut dire lumière. Led by Her, éclaire-toi par toi-même. Tu es ta lumière. Et tu m'as rencontré, je crée la lumière, Chiara. C'est le hasard de la vie. Je serai ta lumière, tu seras ma lumière. Et on portera le Led by Her, le flambeau de cette lumière qu'on passera à toutes les femmes de la vie.
Led by Her is about becoming the person you truly are, where, inspired by your dreams, you can be the person you want to be, where you dare to learn and learn to dare, where success starts with finding your own strengths and reaching out to discover those of others. Led by Her is for emerging women entrepreneurs and for all who want to bring that into being, by mentoring and sharing with others to reveal your best. So be and become part of the community. Join us to be and become so inspired by her creativity, strength, courage, and resilience. Led by her.
Led by her is the magic of what happens when people come together to do something great.